Are the Toronto Maple Leafs on the brink of locking down one of their superstar players before the playoffs? Hockey insider Pierre LeBrun is buzzing with optimism about a potential extension that could keep this dynamic forward in blue and white for years to come. With speculation swirling and the clock ticking, fans are left to wonder, will the team secure this crucial contract before the postseason begins? Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button to stay updated on all the latest Maple Leafs news. Today, we're diving into a hot topic that's been buzzing around the Toronto Maple Leafs community: Mitch Marner's contract situation. Insider Pierre LeBrun has expressed confidence that the Leafs will successfully re-sign Marner before he hits free agency. And that's something we absolutely need to talk about. There's been a whirlwind of speculation regarding Marner's future with the team. Some believe he could land a massive contract, while others are even discussing the possibility of trading this dynamic forward in a blockbuster deal. But here's the thing: keeping Marner is crucial for Toronto, and it's likely to be more cost-effective if they can get him locked down now rather than waiting until July 1st. LeBrun pointed out that getting this deal done before the playoffs would not only save the Leafs some money, but would also eliminate any distractions for Marner and the team as they head into the postseason. Can you imagine the tension if Marner's contract status loomed over the team during such a critical time? It's a scenario that nobody wants to deal with. Now let's get into the timeline. LeBrun believes there's a real chance that the Leafs could have this deal wrapped up before Game 1 of the playoffs. And you know what? I think Marner wants to stay in Toronto. He's expressed his love for the city and the organization, and you can see it in his game. He's not just a player. He's a cornerstone of this franchise. For Brad Treliving and the Leafs, securing Marner's future before the playoffs would be a monumental achievement. It would not only solidify the team's core, but also give them a better shot at winning while the current roster is intact. Think about it. The last thing this team needs is a contract negotiation hanging over their heads when they're trying to focus on the playoffs. Now, as much as I want to believe this is the right path, I find myself a bit torn. There's always that nagging voice in the back of my head asking if this is the best decision for the team long term. Marner is undeniably talented, but with Austin Matthews' future also hanging in the balance, there are a lot of moving parts. Are we putting all our eggs in one basket? This situation makes me think about the larger implications for the team. If Marner signs now, it could set a precedent for Matthews as well. How do you think that will play out? Will it help to solidify the Leafs' future, or could it create complications down the line? I want to hear your thoughts on this. And speaking of thoughts, I know many fans are feeling a mix of hope and frustration. Some of you might be worried about the financial implications, and others may have lingering doubts about whether this is the right decision. But let's not underestimate the importance of having a strong core heading into the playoffs. The chemistry this team has built is crucial, and Marner is a big part of it. So, what's your take? Do you believe this is the best course of action for the Maple Leafs? Are you as hopeful as I am that Marner will be in blue and white for years to come? I genuinely want to hear your opinions here. Tonight, we're diving into the latest news surrounding the Toronto Maple Leafs, and you won't want to miss this. Dylan Strome, the Washington Capitals forward and lifelong Leafs fan, has quite the story to share. Growing up in Mississauga, just a stone's throw away from Toronto, he's always had a soft spot for the blue and white. It's fascinating to see how personal history intertwines with professional rivalry, especially when Strome finally scored against the Leafs, a milestone he was eager to achieve. But let's talk about what this means for both Strome and the Leafs. He mentioned that scoring against Toronto was a significant moment for him, especially considering he had never found the back of the net against them before that game. With the Capitals facing the Leafs again tonight, you have to wonder if he'll be able to replicate that success. Strome's enthusiasm for playing against his childhood team is palpable, and it certainly adds another layer to the matchup. Now, onto the topic of ticket prices, something that Strome himself touched on during his comments. As a player, he's feeling the pinch too. Imagine being an NHL player and struggling to get tickets for your family and friends because of outrageous prices. It's a reality that many fans already know too well. Toronto is notorious for its high ticket costs, which can make it challenging for even the most dedicated players to share that experience with loved ones. Strome's anecdote about having to limit ticket requests to just his parents and a few friends speaks volumes about the economic pressures surrounding this beloved franchise. But how does this all relate to where the Leafs stand this season? With Strome finding his footing in Washington, the Leafs need to stay sharp and capitalize on their opportunities. He's had a solid year, accumulating 34 points in just 25 games. That's no small feat and could pose a threat to the Leafs if they aren't careful. As fans, we know how crucial these matchups can be for playoff positioning. Every point counts, and every game against a competitive team like the Capitals is an opportunity to assert themselves as a true contender in the league. The Leafs have been working hard to build chemistry and find their rhythm, but consistency remains key. With Strome in the mix, you can bet the Caps will be looking to exploit any weakness the Leafs might show. So, what do we think about the Leafs' strategy going into this game? Will they be able to contain Strome and other key players on the Capitals? I honestly feel a mix of excitement and concern. We've seen this team rise to the occasion before, but we've also seen them falter against teams they should beat. It's a roller coaster of emotions as a fan, and I find myself constantly analyzing our chances. And you know what? I want to hear from you. What do you think about the Leafs' chances tonight? Do you believe they can put together a solid performance against Strome and the Capitals? How do you feel about the ticket prices and the impact it has on players and fans alike? I'm sure many of you have experiences to share, so drop your thoughts in the comments below. As we gear up for the game, don't forget to hit that like button if you're excited for tonight's matchup and want to support the channel. Share this video with your fellow Leafs fans, and most importantly, subscribe to stay updated on all the latest news and analysis surrounding our team. You won't want to miss a moment as the season unfolds. And of course, activate that notification bell to receive every update straight to your device. Let's go, Leafs!